Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of T-Dog RC, and we're down at the flying field again, and it's time for the second go at flying this, which is the Seagull Extra EA 300L. Got a lot less weight in the nose now I've taken that weight out of the tail, so we'll give it another go and see if it's improved the flying. Off. You knew that was going to happen. Fucking thing.
Center.
Massively out of trim now. Let's just trying to climb like crazy. So climbing.
7 minutes.
Still doing that thing where it just wants to keep rolling from one way to the other, so I'm not convinced it's made that much difference. So I think the only option I've got now is to put a gyro in it.
6 minutes.
To stop it doing this stupid yawing left and right, or rolling left and right. So annoying. Other than that, it's spot on, you know, but it just will not fly with the wings level. This doesn't give me any confidence to sort of come in really low with it, because I don't know which way it's gonna, if it's gonna roll. You see, that's rolling to the left and I'm not doing anything. But if I try and correct it, it'll roll to the right. Like this. Like that, look. That's not me. It's almost like the aerons aren't going back to centre, but of course they are. So yeah, I think gyro is the only option I've got, and then I think it'll be hopefully that will sort it, and it'll be a nice thing to fly. If it wasn't for that, it'd be pretty good. Almost looks like I can't fly. I can't control it. Certainly feels good when you're doing a few aerobatics with it, nice and solid. Let's bring it in for slow it down a bit. Okay, let's bring it in for a landing. It might bring it in this way because there's not much wind.
20 seconds.
It's probably going to be way too fast. Uh-oh, dead stick. Uh-oh, this is not going to end well. Oh, I think it's probably alright. Yeah, it's just bent the undercarriage as usual. Which I'm going to have to try and bend back. You know what, guys, I think that plane up there, its engine's just stopped. Oh no, it's not. Okay guys, well, the saga continues with this plane. It's such a shame because it's such a nice looking plane, but definitely proving a bit of a problem to fly. So I think I'm going to stick a gyro in it, and then we'll try again. I've got one that works with a glow engine, so that's fine. It's an Eagle, Hobby Eagle Pro, I think it is, or something along those lines. Okay, so here we are back on the bench, and unfortunately, as you can see, I had a bit of an accident. So this was on the flight, the second flight after I filmed the one just now. I shouldn't have flown it. When you look at RC crashes, there's loads of hindsight involved, and you always say to yourself, "Oh, I should have done this, should have checked that, shouldn't have done this, shouldn't, you know, blah blah blah." Basically, I knew that the engine wasn't right. You probably saw, obviously, it went dead stick on that first video, and it's because the low-speed needle's not right, and when you throttle up quickly, it cuts out. And I should have not flown it again and got that sorted, but I wanted to get another flight in because it was a nice afternoon. You know, so that's the way things are. So I flew it around again. It was still being very strange, but started to come into land, basically overshot the runway a bit, took it off again, and then it decided to do the same thing and cut out. And what happened was, it's strange, as soon as there's just something not right with this plane, as soon as the engine cut, it literally just, it was quite high this time actually. It's higher than on the previous flight. But it just started to come down like a brick, and I didn't seem to be able to control it. It was weird. It was didn't really have any control over the ailerons. It was, I don't know whether it was on the edge of stalling or what, but anyway, I tried to turn it around to get back onto the strip. I couldn't quite make it, so I went to land in the rough again, like on the first one, and I thought, you know, it's going to bend the undercarriage or whatever. But when it hit the ground, it made that crack that you hear, and it's so loud sometimes. It's amazing that these things can be so loud. It went in fairly soft landing, it seemed, but it made a huge crack, and I thought, that does not sound good. And then when I got over to it, it's ripped the undercarriage clean off. That's not a big one. You could actually glue that back and obviously just bend these back into position. But what it's done is, just get that's the wing tube. I don't know how well you can pick that up off the camera. It's quite bent. And what happened is, I think the wings got caught in some long grass, and it basically, from here, where the wing tube goes in, the wings, or the tube should I say, just ripped through the fuselage. The wings were sort of back here when I came to it. So I just ripped through here. It's destroyed all of the inside here. It's ripped the servo tray out. It's smashed through a load of formers. It's ripped all the wing mounting joints out and everything. Obviously pulled a load of the bolts are off the side here. It's frustrating. Obviously it's frustrating because I wanted to try. I love the look of this plane. I just think it looks so nice. The colour scheme on it's superb, and it's just a nice looking plane anyway, and I was confident perhaps with a gyro it would sort out the issue. So it's frustrating, but I almost wish it had have gone in and smashed it to pieces, because then it would have been, well, that's the end of that. It's you know, I'm never going to repair it. But I could probably, if I was skilled enough and I'd got the time and the energy, you could probably repair this. So the wings seem to be fine. There's a slight dent in one of them, but nothing major. You know, you could probably go through and repair. It's obviously damaged both sides, and you'd have to recover it around here. But I haven't got the energy for it, and it wasn't right in the first place. There's something fundamentally wrong with this plane, and I've read a few posts on the internet, and I think people are having similar issues, not getting the CG right, all that sort of stuff. And when I compare this to my Tiger Moth, this is so much heavier. It really feels, yeah, there's just, I don't know, it's something not right with it. So I think what I'm going to do is, I can't bring myself to chuck it in the bin, basically. So I'm going to strip it down. I'm going to take the engine out, take all the radio gear out, and probably just throw it in the loft for now. Seagull do sometimes bring out fuselages, so if they ever release a fuselage, then I'll buy one, and then I could repair it. But yeah, I think it's just destined for the loft for a little while. But the good news is, I think I'm gonna order a Hangar 9 Ultra Stick 10cc, and this engine should be perfect for that. And that's, you know, I've always wanted one of those. And the thing is with nitro, I know it is messy, and I do love electric, and sometimes when you know, the engine cuts out when you're just about to take off, or when you finish, you've got, you know, it's covered in oil, you've got to wipe it down. It is a pain, but I was flying this for 8 minutes, and I'd still got easily over half a tank. So you could probably get like 15 minutes flying out of it. So they fly for so long, and if they get it set up right, you know, they're a lot of fun. So I think that's the way I'm going to go. So that I'm probably going to go and order that tonight, and that is going to be my plane for my nitro plane for sort of just throwing in the boot and having a good time with. So yeah, real shame, but there we are. So thanks a lot for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this, and thanks for everyone who's subscribed. I really appreciate it. And for those of you who are watching that haven't subscribed, then you could really help me out, and I'd really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you soon for the next one.